This happened last winter when my boyfriend and I was 20, he was 23, decided to rent out a house for the weekend in upstate Vermont. The drive was impossibly long, leaving from Long Island, and by the time we had finally gotten to Vermont it was late as fuck, and we were exhausted. Not to mention, we were in the most isolated, middle of nowhere place we had ever been to. I mean, I've been in some pretty farm-like open land areas before, but this was definitely shocking. There wasn't civilization for miles. Houses were so far apart, and there was virtually no light pollution, indicated by the beautiful bright stars. There were so many. We were in awe. Anyway, it was in the early AM by this point, and we were eager to just get to the fucking house and sleep. My boyfriend drives a large black Ram truck that is really heavy to drive, so at this juncture my boyfriend has taken over and is speeding down this empty-ass road. In pitch black, I'm already creeped out. Eventually, at some point, we pass some parking lot, I guess. I'm actually not entirely sure what it was, but an area for cars to stop. I wouldn't have even noticed what it was if it weren't for this giant black truck, perhaps even bigger than our Ram, that suddenly flips on its lights and pulls out right after us, just as we pass. All of a sudden, I'm on high alerts. Both of us are. I've read too many Reddit Let's Not Meets to not be nervous. It was a desolate area, the early AMs, and just me and my man on the road. Should anything happen, nobody would hear or find us. I noticed right away that this car legitimately appeared out of absolute nowhere until we passed it. Not only that, but this truck had those intimidating gigantic circle headlights on top of it. I think they're used for hunting? I'm not entirely sure, but they were fucking scaring the piss out of me. So anyway, my boyfriend and I are trying to stay calm, trying not to jump to conclusions and freak ourselves out. But this guy is so close on our tail, and is following us for what seems like miles. Every turn we make, he's making the same. My palms start growing sweaty, a feeling I must say I have never experienced before. I always would hear people say this, but never actually knew it happened. My hands are super dry. Holy balls, my hands were sweating. My heart was beating so fast. My boyfriend speeds up like a maniac and we fly over a relatively hilly road. Finally, he's so far behind us, we sigh a breath of relief, thinking we finally lost him. But lo and behold, after we are on a flatter part of the road again, we see this motherfucker gaining speed on us, to be right behind us again. I keep saying, maybe this is someone who is lost? Or someone who is just as nervous as us to be on this dark, scary road, and is just trying to stick by another car. But my gut feeling kept saying this was a dangerous situation, and I just had a bad, bad feeling. This guy was driving aggressively and not letting up. Finally, after we had shit our pants enough, and my boyfriend is mid-sentence telling me to grab the gun from the back and start loading it up, the guy very abruptly peels off on a random turn. And just like that, it's over. I know it doesn't seem like much, but being in the moment, I was on the verge of tears, thinking of what could potentially happen if this guy wanted to hurt us. I keep wondering if maybe he was just trying to fuck with us. That on its own is a creepy thing to do to someone at 2 a.m. in the most isolated road ever. And it gives me chills thinking about what this person was doing in their car, just waiting until someone else passed. In any case, we were constantly checking our backs and hoping he wasn't trying to follow us back to the house. So Creepo truck driver in Vermont, let's not fucking meet. Thanks for listening. And remember, the most unsettling stories are lost in the ghost towns of our psyche.